Hi everyone, this video will show you tips and tricks to create this project. First one is snow. I haven't made a model at all. I just move it and it will change the shape itself. So you just shift D and shift D and shift D and replace it around on your scene and it's just working. And maybe play with some scale. Just that. And how to do it? You just shift A and create the sphere UV, and then you right click on the shading smooth for smoother normal. Then scale it down to the snowball size that you want. After that, you just go to the modifier and add the subdivision modifier. Just that. And another thing is add the displacement modifier. So the displacement modifier has strength. So if you put the strength go all the way up, it will larger and larger. But if you go to the negative one, it will be smaller. Just that. So you must put the information for it. You just create new texture and go to the right button and choose the texture type to be cloud in this case because it looks like snow. And then you must to change the scale because the scale of the texture is too small. And you just play around with the size. The more bigger size is more bubbly your model is. So, and then it's not change as you move around the scene. Because you must to change one thing. You go to the modifier and change the texture coordinate to be global. This will change when you move around the scene. It's based on the scene scale. And next step is fine-tune some value that work for your scene. So I just change the value of the strength on this place and it not work. If it not work, just go to the texture and change some size and change some depth. The depth is put more detail on your texture. And the size is the size. I just put smaller and smaller and it's work on the one value. So, and I just go on the strength and it's too much. I just put smaller strength. And its work is like the snow as you see. And you just shift D, move it around and around and around. Here's some snow. Hey, if you want the big thing, you just go to the displace and change some strength because the big thing need more strength and maybe change some texture. Just there for the snow. And I just apply this technique to all over the place that is snow. In the backdrop, I just place the same technique and it creates some line that look like the snow and it work. And that's it for the snow. It's nothing more than this. Go to the next one. Next one is rope. So for the rope, it's very easy, very inconvenient. You just create the curve. We use the curve method. You just create the curve and you can see the right hand side you have the green icon and in the beaver you just change the depth. And you have the pipe. Ha! So the pipe is if you click the tab button on your keyboard, you can manipulate it without the breaking the pipe. Yeah, so you can change the handle here and change there and it's not break at all. It's very great for the pipe and rope. So how to do it is must to wrap around our characters, right? It's very hard to wrap around. So if you go to the preference in the add-on and searching for the extra, you will see the add curve extra option. And then if you activate it, you can add another extra curve. You go to the curve profile and the curve spiral, it have a ton of it. Go to the curve spiral, you can see add comedian. I use this one. And when you add it, it's almost finished. You just change the spiral parameter on the drum to be like 4, 5 if you add on the top and go on. Then you just go to the radius growth. The radius growth, if you go to the positive, it will bigger on the top. But if you go to the negative one, it will be smaller on the top. So as you want, you just change the value here. As I use the 0.06 and Trump is just 3. And as I said earlier, you just go to the bevel and change some depth that creates the rope and thickness of it. And just manipulate it, change some value to be fit on your characters. After finish, if you want to add the modifier like this place to add some imperfection, you can't. Because you must to right click and convert to mesh first. Then if you hit the tab button on the keyboard, you will see it is the polygon now, it's not curved anymore. And now you can add some imperfection on the add modifier, this place. And the same as we do earlier, we just add the texture, choose the texture type to be cloud and set some size, set some depth, and set some strength on the displays. That's about it for the rope. The final one is for the fur. So for the fur I introduced in the rope, it's very easy, very inconvenient. You just go to the particle system and delete the older one and then hit the plus button to create the new one. Click the hair, not emitter, hair, and then go to the hair length, set it to 0. Then go to the advanced, click the advanced, you will see the physics one appear. In physics, you just crank up the Brownian to be 1. You will see the length of the hair all around. You just put the smaller value to be 0.01. You will see the tiny curly curve. And then go to the emission, crank the number up. This is the number of your curve. That number of the fur is the same. I adjust the Brownian tiny small scale because I want some very short fur. And then if you think it's too thick, you can change the thickness of your fur. You just go all the way down to the hair shape and change the diameter root. This is the root of your fur. You just change it to be like 0.1. It will be smaller. And that's it. This is the final one and the 3 tricks about my work. I hope you like this and see you next time.